Hey there, and welcome to my channel, The Paper Bag Investor. Today I want to ask the question, will Tesla stock rocket up again like we've seen it do in the last year and a half? Will that happen? Will it happen soon? That's what I'm trying to ask today. So let's get into it. So in my video that I did yesterday, I said that Tesla could rise to $6,900 per share, a 16x increase by 2030, just from their full self-driving part of their business alone. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down in the description below. But a big question to ask when you're trying to predict the movement of a stock over a 10-year time, it's a 16x increase over 10 years possibly. A big question to ask is, when is this going to happen? We've seen Tesla in the last year and a half go up almost 10x in price. And so if I'm thinking that it could go up another 10x, 15x, 20x in the next 10 years, how do we know? Is that going to happen next month, or is that going to happen 5 years from now, 8 years from now? My answer is we really don't know. We really don't know exactly. I didn't see that Tesla would rocket up as much as it did in the last year and a half. If you told me a year and a half ago we'd be at $420 a share after a 5-to-1 split, I would have been pretty blown away by that news. But it is interesting to note this wasn't the first time that Tesla moved in this kind of extreme way like it has in the last year and a half or so. I'm going to pull up the Tesla chart and look at the stock price over the last 10 years. And actually the sort of huge increase that we've seen in the last year and a half wasn't the first time we saw something like this. So in the last year and a half, we look back to, say, May 2019. We see Tesla was around the $40-some, maybe $50 a share, kind of around that range, low $50 per share. And then actually has risen up to today, it's around $420 a share. So about 8 to 10x increase in the last year and a half. But if we back up all the way to 2012, 2013, so in 2013, that spring, Tesla was at about $7 a share and then shot up for a number of months to about $50 a share. So again, about a 7 or 8x increase in the stock price at that time. I actually remember that. I wasn't as serious about my investing back then and didn't understand, thought about buying Tesla in that spring of 2013, but didn't, and then saw the stock rocket up and really felt like I had missed the boat. And for several years just thought I had missed my opportunity to buy it and didn't think about it until a few years later. I bought most of my shares in 2018 or 2019 before it shot up again. It's interesting when you look at the chart between those years of when it shot up in 2013 and then shot up again 2019. There's probably about 5 or 6 years of actually fairly just steady movement back and forth, up and down, some that would have been actually fairly significant for the prices they're at. But overall, fairly just consistent, very horizontal graph. And the stock was very similar before 2012, 2013, from when it IPO'd in 2010. The stock was very consistent, very horizontal again during that whole time period. And I don't know for sure, my whole strategy with stocks is not trying to predict the short-term movement, even medium-term movement of the company or the stock. I'm definitely in the long-term investing camp and try and look at the company itself, what it could do over a long span of time, and less of what the market sentiment might be on a day-to-day or month-to-month or quarter-to-quarter basis. But it's still interesting to think about what the stock might do, how it might move again over the next 5-10 years. And I have to wonder, since it moved twice in this kind of extreme upwards rocket ship to the moon kind of movement, parabolic movement, it makes me wonder, could the stock sort of settle into a range where it's at currently for a number of years and then rocket up again at another sort of 8 to 10x increase? I'm not sure, but because Tesla is kind of a misunderstood company, it makes me wonder if that could happen again. For a third time, we have a sort of a huge rocket upwards at some point in the future. Now, I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't really think it's going to shoot up again in the next year, maybe even a couple years. It might, though. So again, I'm not going to sell my shares and invest in something else during that time. But the fact that it's done that 2 times before, and the fact that I really think it's quite a misunderstood stock. The fact that people still compare it to other car makers. They always say that, point out how its market cap is bigger than all other car makers combined, which is interesting. But the fact that they're even comparing it to a car maker, I think really shows that most people don't understand the business of what Tesla is or could be. And really, they're going to be a software business where they're going to make most of their profits, in my opinion. In fact, Elon said on Battery Day that the future value of Tesla would be the value of basically full self-driving times by the number of vehicles sold. Meaning that I think they're probably going to sell their cars basically at cost or at a very small profit going forward so that they can drive down prices as aggressively as possible and continue to attract enormous market share. But then other capabilities as they grow and improve and get better and better, such as their full self-driving, whether that's paying for the package up front or when they actually become robo-taxis and they can charge on a per kilometer basis or per mile basis and take from that. To me, that's really the where Tesla's going to make all of their wealth over time. And it's completely different than other car manufacturers who are really just manufacturing companies. That's their entire business. That's a little tangent just to say, I really think Wall Street in general, people in general, investors in general, at large, still really don't understand Tesla. There's a greater movement of investors that do, obviously, because the stock has moved significantly. The market is moving it. But I don't think it's going to rocket up again. Personally, I don't think, because I think it's still misunderstood. And at some point, the switch is going to be flipped where it could rocket up again. If I had to take a guess, I would think that might happen again. But again, I don't know for sure. I don't predict the market. and like I said, I've said in all my videos, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a paper bag on his head who loves investing and thinking about the future. But those are a few of my thoughts about what Tesla, what their stock price might do, how it might behave over the next few years. What do you guys think? Do you think Tesla is going to continue soaring in the next, 6 months, year? Or is it going to sort of level out and be more horizontal? If it does level out and be more horizontal, what it does mean is it's a great buying opportunity for anyone who can see the long-term vision of the company. Tremendous buying opportunity as you can accumulate more and more shares during this time. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys, though. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you think of of Tesla and what it's going to do in the next year, 5 years, 10 years. Would love to hear what you think. And if you found this valuable, I encourage you hit that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Hit that thumbs up. It really helps me out. It helps my channel grow. I'm just growing my channel right now, but my channel is all about trying to look at investing with new eyes, with sort of new perspectives, and find the really gem winner companies. Really try and drill down and identify who these generational companies are so that we can invest heavily and really in a concentrated way into those investments. So again, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And thank you for your time. Have a great day.